going on, folks?
What's going on, everyone? Timed it up perfect. Same time.
How are we doing tonight, folks? Welcome to tonight's episode of the Run and Gun Podcast. I'm JPeeps.
I'm Ace.
I am Dalton.
There we are.
Or Mr. Sasser, as you like to always say, but my name's Dalton, like Andy Dalton, but I'm not related to Andy Dalton, or any of the other Daltons. Although it would be funny. It'd be funny.
Andy Dalton, official owner of the Las Vegas Raiders, 5-0 in his career against them.
Yeah.
It might stick it to Bengals fans this weekend too.
So we'll talk about that. 0-4. Oof.
Also, too, as we know, we're going to talk about everything tonight. We're going to talk about, this game that's been rescheduled for November 29th in Tallahassee. How does that impact the rest of the season going forward? Also, we're going to talk about a little bit of State Fair Classic this weekend taking place in Texas, as well too as the probing that took place in Grambling this past weekend. You're messy. That's why I'm looking at your face, Ace.
I'm on the old phone right now, so we're gonna see if this even works to get my. I have no goodies for y'all tonight. Phone decided to die.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
Anyway, if y'all watching, be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, subscribe.
Definitely.
We're gonna have college football. Somebody got welcome to the Big 12.
SEC.
Others got welcome to the Big 10. We'll talk about that. Anything else? I mean, USF Miami, that went as I expected. More or less.
I got something to say.
USF to win.
I got something to say too. Preseason hockey just started.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Lightning play tonight. The Tampa Bay Lightning play tonight are already playing right now against the.
Yeah, they're playing the Panthers right now. It's 2-2 at the end of the first.
Ooh.
Oh wow! I have no idea what's going on. I just got this phone to start up. Anyways, let's run this intro and get going.
Yes, let's
do it.
Let's do it. Here we go.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is JP. This is the Bull.
This is JC.
This is Flash. This is Jimi Hendrix.
And you're listening to
the
Run and Gun Podcast.
So, that being said, let's go ahead and dive right into it for this evening and talk about it. By the way, for those of you that are watching in the Panhandle, you are in our thoughts. We are rooting for you to pull through. Maybe if you're watching this, you're in traffic getting out of Tallahassee and headed due west to Jacksonville, or maybe heading north to Atlanta or something. So, hopefully you are able to make it through, or you've hunkered down and gotten in place. But yeah, we're rooting for you. We're praying for y'all.
Honestly, prayers to everybody out there. I mean, I don't live in Florida. I live in Tennessee, but I'm expected to get the remnants of this hurricane. So
you're gonna get some knocked over chairs in your backyard and a lot of rain, and that is.
Oh, it's gonna be so much rain. It's been raining every night. Honestly,
you are safe thanks to the Smoky Mountains.
Yeah,
man, I feel bad for them people in the Panhandle. They always be getting the hurricanes.
They do. They do.
Tennessee in a nutshell is literally just a giant crater.
Makes sense. What up, dude?
What's up?
What up, Ashton? Been a minute.
So it's actually fun. Before I do dive in tonight. So I got asked multiple questions about this whole Ed Reed thing and going to an HBCU. It's so, and I found out the dude who did that. I found out. Ace remembers this dude because I showed him the pictures of it. Why are you looking like that?
I was like, what?
So remember 2 years ago when a certain Hall of Fame defensive back was at a certain school?
I wonder who got a bad leg.
And yeah, exactly. Missing toes. No.
Mm-hmm.
And so remember when we got called nutsuckers because we watched the SEC?
What?
Yes.
I remember when you said it, but like forgot about that. Oh my god, yeah, I remember that.
Come to find out, same said person had commented in the comment section Saturday trying to get attention, and it took me until maybe
same person who said that all those years ago said it again. Something today.
Yes,
or
said something
on the weekend.
last
Saturday. Yeah.
So I'm like, now I've connected the dots, and I'm like, geez. Part of me is like, if I could go back to Saturday, I'd be exposed. I would expose him and say what I want to really say. But it's too late now. But if he comes back,
miss a chance.
Oh no! Hey, look, he's not blocked yet. He can go if he comes back. We'll be ready.
Well, I mean, Elon changing the block feature now, so blocking is basically useless. So I won't get into that problem.
Well, but anyway, so with that being said, so yes, FAMU and Alabama A&M rescheduled for November 29th, the week after the Classic, and then basically the week before the SWAC Championship. So I posed the question. I'll let y'all talk first, and I'll give my opinion.
Well, I mean, if you're a player, you ain't going home for the holiday, which kind of suck. But most of the time, it's only 3 days anyway, so this time you're just gonna have business, and I'll have more at stake. Because since FAMU's not starting the SWAC schedule until next week now, just becomes more important of a game down the road. And also, you never know who the personnel is going to be in those games because since you're going to be so far down the schedule, you don't know who's going to be hurt. Somebody might come back from injury. You never know.
Facts.
And Andrew Body's what? State or A&M? You told me this last week, and I keep forgetting.
Wait, say that again. I'm sorry.
Which Alabama school is Andrew Body at? Because I know he's hurt.
That's Alabama
and he'll be back.
See,
I always get them mixed up. Anyways, A&M, bruh, I'm not really worried about the game per se, but for the players, it's going to kind of suck. You're going to have a game that weekend. But just makes more at stake and more eyes watching it.
Yeah, pretty much. So, Mr. Sasser, you got anything to add to that?
Not really. I mean, honestly, just to kind of strain off of what you were saying, Ace, is kind of like, again, it's a shorter holiday. You're just going to have to kind of suck it up. You don't want to because you kind of want those extra days off, but just got to roll punches, I guess.
So my take of it is this, and I'm going to go ahead and pull this up now. So with that being said, we're looking here at the
Alabama
schedule.
State.
Yes. We're looking here at the schedule, and I'm going to actually blow it up a little bit so people can see it a little bit better. Yeah, there we go.
All right. www.
All W's.
So,
all W's.
Looking at this, we got a comment here. Yeah, honestly, dude, the intention this year shouldn't even be the playoffs. If you run it back, if you've gone to the Celebration Bowl now and won, your thought process shouldn't even be playoffs right now. And I don't think that that's where the mindset is. Now, what I will say, and people have varying opinions of this, I like this, but you better bring your lunch pail after October 12th. So like October 13th, oh, you are
the
not
grind begin.
That's a grind. And luckily, you've got some of the right people coming to Tallahassee. And thankfully, if you look at the schedule, after that bye week, you only leave Florida,
Mississippi
2 times.
Valley and Alabama A&M, but that's in Bragg.
Prairie
View and Mississippi Valley, but Mississippi Valley is in Tallahassee, so I think you only leave once outside of Jackson State.
You only leave the state 2 times, which is what you want. That's an excellent thing.
That's a pretty relaxed schedule, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is. It's
That has more to the state of the SWAC at this point, actually.
Yeah. The only thing I fear with this is because again, this is a collision sport played by violent people, regardless of what level you want to look at. I fear the method of burning out.
Oh,
because the mind says one thing, the heart says one thing.
That body got to keep up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And this is the lost element of all of this, because I can go without. I can want to go 1,000 miles all I want. My heart and my mind can be in it all it wants to. But if I haven't rested, ooh, that's tough.
The same thing with like a car. So a car, you can go 200 miles an hour, but the tires aren't going to last.
Exactly. How long is a hurricane going to affect practice?
Nah, hurricane probably they'll be back by next week for sure.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, thankfully you have a campus that sits literally on the highest of 7 hills, so flooding should not be an issue. But you also have to consider these guys have apartments, probably in flood zones. So it's like you got to consider, like, okay, this is one thing I'm thinking if I'm Coach Colsey and if I'm this staff. Does my staff, do the trainers, do the guys, do the game day personnel, do the players have sandbags if they live in flood zones? Are they safe in those flood zones? Are their vehicles safe in those flood zones? Do they have adequate water? Are they at risk of losing power? Do they have generators? Things like that. It's a lot to take in and a lot to consider. Now, when you get them back, you got to make sure, like, hey, are you doing well? You got everything you need? How's your family doing? All of that. It's a lot to consider. But I think, hopefully, fingers crossed, everything is back and you're able to get back to practice on Saturday and you're able to, start preparing for an Alabama State team that I think you can beat. Now, I think you can run the table here on this schedule, but I just, you're going to have to take care of your body. If you're a player, you got to monitor, a lot of things, especially your linemen. You have to monitor how many reps they get in practice. What's the snap count they get in games? It's so many factors at play. It really is. I know FAMU doesn't have like the whole GPS system to monitor their athletes, like say a Florida State or Alabama would, where they just strap on those little things that look like sports bras and they keep track of like how many miles or how many calories these guys are burning and stuff. But you're gonna have to eyeball this and keep track of it, because again, you cannot afford to burn out. Ooh. You just cannot.
But here's the other thing: it's like whether like they travel two of like I don't even know how many times away. Twice. Twice. Like you also have to factor in like whether if it's the travels out of town, out of state, you factor in like at least 2 to 3 days of travel and another 2 to 3 days of either maybe 1 day of practice, which I highly doubt they'll ever do, but you probably spend most of that other time even on the bus just as well, like studying for like the next game, basically, I feel like.
Yeah. I'm glad you actually said that. Damn, that was good.
Honestly, I think about that more and more because it's like when you see like pregame shows, like, and I've watched so many pregame like College Saturday Football, like like they always do, and you see them get off the buses. I'm sure they were on that bus doing studying for that team. Studying, film, yeah,
film study,
all that.
Sheesh. Like just classwork. So yeah, I mean, honestly, watching film and more with greater detail is going to probably be at an all-time high, especially as you get late in the season. So knowing tendencies more so than before, it's vital. So I think you can still get through this schedule unscathed. I think the regular season up to the SWAC championship doesn't bother me. What bothers me is, it's more now than ever that Celebration Bowl and which MEAC team you run into. But let's just say, FAMU runs this table again and wins the Celebration Bowl. that whole narrative of the MEAC's got more time to prepare that's dead. That narrative gets killed. If you, especially with this now, if you get all the way home safe, that narrative is dead.
Yeah.
And also too, since FAMU was I mean, they had Troy last week, and we know that Austin went up, but like most of the guys are not gonna get played. I don't think most of them even played the second half, did they?
I mean, a decent bunch did.
A bit, but yeah, but they mostly got out healthy. I mean, right?
Yeah, they got out healthy. I mean, honestly,
they got out healthy. This week they're gonna get off, and then after they play Alabama State, they have their next bye week.
Yeah,
and that bye week, just get yourself recovered, rested, ready to go, and then you hit the gauntlet.
Yeah, because honestly, now the good thing, also the beautiful thing about this is, you get through. Once you get past October 19th, if you can get out of Montgomery and if you can get out of Jackson with wins, you've won the SWAC East. Because Bethune has yet to even win a game. I don't even think they're going to win a game this year. Alabama A&M, I mean, who knows? I'm not high on them this year.
Mississippi Valley for sure ain't winning.
That's a preseason game, and the way it's looking right now, Mississippi Valley and Bethune are both going to be preseason games.
So you're going to be able to get some rest right there.
Yes,
as long as you handle business in the first half, you'll get second half rest and recovery.
Yeah, I'll go one even further. I feel like Mississippi Valley may be a tougher game than Bethune-Cookman.
I mean, you're comparing. Let me not say what I'm thinking.
I'm comparing two 0-4 teams. Yes.
You're comparing wet and dry.
Wait, what? I didn't hear that. Say that again.
Fine, you're comparing wet crap and dry crap. I won't say the other part.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
pretty much. I am. I don't know if you saw the ending of that Bethune-Cookman Clark game, but you talk about heartbreaking. Oh God.
Yeah, not my problem.
Hey, not mine either. Also, too, so State Fair Classic is this weekend between Grambling and Prairie View in the Cotton Bowl. So, which means, I guess that means, as you know, next week is Oklahoma, Texas. That's a dead sign giveaway of. But
yeah, we know who's winning that game.
Yeah, that's very true too. So
I mean, at this point, we have anything else for HBCU talking about? Just taking college football.
Well, we've got
Grambling.
We got Angela Suggs named as the new athletic director at FAMU.
Oh yeah,
officially had her introductory press conference this past Monday.
Oh yeah, we gotta talk about that one. And Mark.
Dude, she offered a lot of hope. She made me believe.
I mean, talk is talk. Got to put it into action.
That's true. Yeah, that is true. I have more of a.
I'm just saying.
No, I'm with you.
Got to be totally come out, man.
I'm with you. I will say I feel more comfortable with this lady versus with the previous one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more confident that she'll get things done, I should say. She went up there. She got teary-eyed. She basically said, she wants to put
teary-eyed is a mute point.
What?
Teary-eyed, I don't take too much into that to start tearing up during a press conference because, I mean, if it's emotional, it's emotional, but otherwise, like, okay.
Yeah. Fair. See, folks, that's Ace in him seeing so many Dennis Allen post-game pressers. Tell me I'm lying.
I just tune out press conferences, man. I literally just saw Mike Tomlin go up wide-eyed and just say, "There's no need to announce a starting quarterback." Press conferences are a waste of everybody's time, in my opinion, but whatever. They just ask stupid questions and nobody gets a straight answer. But that's just me. Moving on. AD Angel Suggs, just handle business right and don't have no issues. And we're good. Cool.
Phelps. That was a word.
All right, cool. Let's go blast the Dallas Cowboys about handling of not playing Marquise. Aw, I want to blast them.
No, we're gonna blast Dallas. Don't worry. We're gonna blast Dallas. Don't worry.
All right, I need to put Mike Zimmer in his nursing home.
You're absolutely right. She is way more qualified. Also, too, so FAMU was rated the #1 public HBCU. They checked in at number 81 in the country. Previously, last year, they were number 91, but still the #1 public HBCU. I don't even think there was another public HBCU in the top 100. So, hey.
More power to you. Yeah, more power to them. That's awesome.
Very, very impressive. I like that. I like to see it, man. Keep climbing. Go for the #1 spot. Hopefully next year we see them at 71 this time next year. But yeah, so all right, okay. Now we can transition, Ace. And now we can blast the Dallas Cowboys. Also, shout out to Xavier Smith for a game-changing punt return in the LA Rams.
That man going to be on that active roster by the end of next week. I'm telling y'all.
No, he should be. I agree. He needs to be on the active roster, 100%.
And he's going to be getting offense snaps soon. I'm telling y'all.
Hope so.
Keep an eye on. Dallas, LA is so thin at wide receiver right now. They got Tutu Atwell catching balls, and is the #1 receiver right now.
I believe it. Now, Ace, please tell us about what the Dallas Cowboys are doing to Marquise Bell.
Bro, Mike Zimmer needs to go and put himself in a nursing home or something, bro. Like, what are you doing? You running this old archaic defense thinking it's 2018 or 2020. It's not 2024. That's not even 2018. It's like 1990s with personnel. Like, geez, man, you're running like base standard linebackers. No speed whatsoever in that defense. And you keep running this stupid Sam Wilson guy who sucks. And can't keep up with an elusive running back for his life.
Jeez.
He got blasted by the Saints last week with Alvin Kamara. Then he got blasted again by Derrick Henry this week. Like, he was just letting these guys run straight down your throat. And you're supposed to be you were a defensive head coach in Minnesota, and now you're defensive coordinator of the Dallas Cowboys. And you've gotten punched in your gut, in your mouth, in your butt, and in your other spot down below back-to-back weeks. Like, what is we doing? You have one of your best linebacker is a safety, but I guess you think since safeties can't play linebacker that they have to sit on the bench behind the bum who can't tackle for his life, depends on it, and got back-to-back blowouts until garbage time.
Damn.
Hey, he said what I said.
Yeah,
he feels how I feel
from the Bible. But no, yeah, I mean, I just find it funny when you said the whole thing about needs to be put in a retirement home. No, you put the wrong person in a retirement home. You got to put Jerry Jones there. He needs to quit.
Oh, he's too busy comparing these sizes to be going to a nursing home. And we're not talking about the big D in Dallas. There's another big D he'd be talking about. And not Diddy.
Hey, look, I agree with you. There's a lot of people that would agree with you. Like, dude, the game's passed Mike Zimmer by. I don't know why that we're even attempting this. But yeah, no, I've said it myself. Marquise Bell, I think, needs to get out of Dallas. Pro Football
They was playing him good last year with Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn was, how do I say this? Innovating. How he had speed on that defense. Dallas this year has no speed on that defense and no physicality whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And this is why I think next year, because this year's the contract year for Marquise Bell, he's going to leave and he's going to go to Washington.
And Washington needs a linebacker bad. Bobby Wagner's on his way out. Bobby Wagner got blasted by Zach Moss. You think Dan Quinn would be begging to get Marquise Bell over there right now?
Exactly. And right now it's like, Jerry Jones is doing nothing but, I mean, I know he's going to probably be forever grateful to Dallas, gave him an opportunity, got him into the league, but it's like, dude, you got to think about it. What's happening now is creating leverage for Dallas to not bring him back. That's all it's doing. Now, yeah, he's playing special teams. That's fine. That's great. You got film for this season out there now. But you started last year. You're the best linebacker on that team. You've consistently shown it years prior. He's leaving. Sorry, folks. He's leaving. And he's going to Washington. Or I would at least inquire if I'm Washington. Now, also, too, my bias says if Levante David were to retire, Jason Light better make a fucking. Jason Light better make a phone
language. What?
Jason Light better make a phone call. But, yeah. So, hate to be that guy, but the obvious is the obvious.
Update: Lightning just scored.
Who scored?
Radish.
Does it say who?
Radish.
Radish.
Yeah.
That's not who I'm only paying attention to three guys who I'll talk about that in Hot Topics. Anyways, we're already in the NFL section. Okay.
Who's been here?
Well, I thought we were going to talk about Marquise Bell since it's HBCU guys. Okay.
Oh, I mean, that was the perfect transition point, I thought.
All right. That's a fair point. Well, now the Jags ain't gonna have it. They're gonna win a game.
Is that enough to get out of the number one pick?
Yeah.
We're gonna beat the Titans. Let's be honest.
No, honestly, the way they look, I like the Titans.
Titans just need to get Will Levis's head out of his own ass to make stupid plays. Anyways,
that's true.
Give me a second. I have to re-log into Bleacher Report to pull up the standings. Whatever.
NFL. I realistically, I can tell you now, I've become overnight a believer in the Carolina Panthers, and I've lost faith in the Jacksonville Jaguars. As far as
I honestly, I could say some stuff on the Panthers, but I'll save it.
Oh, like how they basically got like pawned, or not pawned. I don't think that's a good word. How they basically fell in love with fool's gold with Dave Canales.
No, not even that. They're on the Andy Dalton experience right now.
Yeah. Now the thing is does the Andy Dalton experience?
Because one minute Andy Dalton will look like a world beater, and the next minute he will make the most boneheaded play on third down in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's the one.
Well, nah, bro. Cincinnati can't do that. They gotta lock in.
Hey, we've been waiting for them to lock. They lost to the freaking Patriots. We've been waiting for them to lock in.
I'm looking at the records. Actually, there's only 3 0-3 teams: the Titans, the Bengals, and the Jaguars. That's embarrassing for all 3 of those teams, bro.
Yeah. Titans are just they look really, I think out of all those 0-3 teams, the Titans look the most embarrassing right now.
No, it's Jacksonville. It's Jacksonville. I'm surprised Doug Peterson didn't get left at the airport Monday night. But Shaq Khan, if they lose in London, I think they play in London this week, right?
So this is what week 4. So the Jets and the Vikings is next week in London. The Jaguars play in Houston this weekend.
Yeah, well, they're going 0-4.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Well, last year, Texas and Jacksonville split. I believe Jacksonville's actually Jacksonville's last win came against the Texans last year.
So currently, the game you're speaking
Houston
of,
is going to be pissed off because of what happened to them last week.
The Patriots and the Jags play October 20th at 9:30 a.m. in London.
All right. You got 3 games, Jacksonville. You got Houston, Indianapolis, and Chicago. Actually, 4 games. And New England. If you can't win 2 of those games, or at least one of those games, Doug Peterson's got to get fired.
I believe it. Jeez, when do they even play the Titans?
And Press Taylor. Press Taylor is a war criminal. Don't forget that. I don't know what the hell Press Taylor be doing, the offensive coordinator in Jacksonville, but that man's a terrorist too. So
good God,
he and Doug Peterson both gotta go. I find it hilarious. So I was about to say the stuff on the Panthers before we got into the Jags, but Joe Brady, right? So you had Baker Mayfield, you had Sam Darnold, you had Joe Brady. Were all and Carolina, I believe, at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Who's the best team in the NFL right now?
Kansas City.
Hell no. Kansas City is not the best team. They got carried by the refs 3 weeks in a row.
Well,
It's
okay, let's see. Buffalo is out there.
And guess who's Buffalo's OC?
Joe Brady? No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it is?
Guess who's the other 3-0 quarterback right now in the NFL?
Josh Allen.
Not what I meant. Sam Darnold. I'm talking about the Panthers of how they had. Y'all, I'm setting these up and y'all just fumbling it like, holy crap.
I mean, technically, Josh Allen is 3-0.
Yeah.
I said another guy who's 3-0. I'm not talking about the Bills. I'm talking about.
Well, yeah, Sam Darnold. Okay, keep going. My bad, not Sam.
Okay, outside of this week where the Bucs forgot they had a game this week and got embarrassed by the Denver Broncos.
Yes.
2-1 team in the NFC. Baker Mayfield also, right?
Playing good football, yes.
Playing very good football. And meanwhile, you got the Carolina Panthers who can't find their head from their foot. And outside of this week, where they look like world beater because the Las Vegas Raiders decided to, they said, oh, we beat the Baltimore Ravens last week. That was our Super Bowl. We're going to stop playing football for the rest of the year. And our father, Andy Dalton's coming to put us in our place one more time, belt to ass, pretty much.
Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious.
See, I missed last week, so I got to get all this stuff out.
Get it out. Let it out. Oh my
Get it
goodness.
out. Get it all out.
1 second, guys. I got to drop off for a second. Give me 1 sec.
No, I really want to think about what happened to the Bucks last week. Like, that's just.
You want to get into that? That's a funny one, bro. Let's get into that. All right.
I'm kind of already looking at
all right.
recap.
All right. No, let's do it. Right. You want to talk about that game? Pat Surtain got himself bitched by George Pickens the week before, and he got pissed off, and he went and bitched Mike Evans. That's pretty much what happened. He got embarrassed. George Pickens cooked Pat Surtain bad against when they played the Steelers week 2.
Yeah.
And that man took it on a personal mission to make Mike Evans' life hell. Let me pull up the exact stats for Mike Evans because this man was erased pretty much, right? Where it is Mike Evans had 2 catches for 17 yards. Surtain erased him from that game.
God damn.
Bucs O-line was absolutely demolished. I mean, the Steelers only allowed 2 sacks, right? Week 2.
Yeah.
Bucs allowed 7 to the Broncos last week. Baker was on constant pressure.
Oh my god.
And he still only had 8 incompletions. And then we can get into the main issue where Rachaad White might be the most inefficient running back in the league, or he might just suck. I don't know which one it is, but Bucky Irving took that job from that man.
Ouch.
I mean, 9 carries, 70 yards for Bucky Irving. Rachaad White, 6 carries, 17 yards. 1-7. Not 770, 1-7. This is just embarrassing. Holy crap.
So
and then the Bucs defense, Jamal Dean, bro. That buddy is more of a liability than a traffic cone in a school zone.
So basically, Bucs running game is like they're just not cutting it. They need like a sharper edge of a knife right now in the running game.
Well, the Owens getting Luke Godecki. I can't say the man's name. Spelled Goed. Yeah, Godecki.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's coming back this week, so that should help. But
yeah,
you got, I believe, the Philadelphia Eagles, who are coming in battered because basically that whole Saints-Eagles game was one sledgehammer on this hand, one sledgehammer on this hand with the Saints and the Eagles, and they just bashed each other with it. Yep. And now both of them are like just limping into week 4.
Yep.
So Bucs, all you gotta do, handle business against Eagles, who aren't gonna most likely have Devontae Smith. I seriously doubt he probably should already be ruled out. Your biggest issue is Saquon Barkley. And you allowed, let me just pull up the exact number of how many rushing yards the Bucs allowed to the Broncos last week because it was a lot. Saquon about to eat again. Carried me to my first fantasy win this week. Thank you very much, Saquon. Thanks much appreciated.
Oh yeah, big shout out to Jamar Chase for leading me to my first win in fantasy. That man did.
All right, this dude, I don't even know this man name. T. Batty. I assume it's Tyler Batty. I have no idea. Yeah, it is Tyler Batty. I never heard of this man before in my life. 5'8". Oh my god.
Damn, he's 1 inch taller than me.
He got cooked in 9 carries, 70 yards. by Tyler Batty, right? Bo Nix, 9 carries, 47 yards, and a touchdown. Julian McLaughlin, 5 for 7 yards, and Javonte Williams, 5 for 12 yards, right? So basically you got cooked on the ground, over 120 rushing yards. Cortland Sutton owned you, 7 catches, 68 yards. Bro, imagine getting cooked by Bo Nix. Like, that's just gotta be embarrassing.
Yeah, just a bit.
Like, on the other side of it, with other rookies, you watch Jaden Daniels play. But I said this, I want to say 2 years ago, right? When Anthony Richardson was coming out of the draft. He was Walmart Jaden Daniels. And, like, so you know how Nordstrom is like the high end, they got everything you want in there kind of thing? Like a high end department store. Walmart is that bougie, low level, not bougie, like, how do I say it? It has different a vibe. It's just really bad. Like the low quality, the C tier of it. While Target's like the middle class.
Yeah, it's middle tier. Yeah, Walmart's like the middle tier. Target is like
Walmart is like
higher
upper middle tier.
Upper middle, yeah.
All right, so as you mentioned, his name is Luke Gedeke. That's his name. But yeah, no, it was horrible.
You weren't here to correct me, so whatever.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, no. Overall, that was atrocious.
You were there, right?
Jeez, I was there. I honestly, I looked at it like someone mentioned. You know, Sean Payton's like 9-0, I guess, against
Sean Payton owns the Bucks, just like Andy Dalton owns the Raiders.
Yeah, I think it was, to me, it looked like, because I looked at the stats, it was like I think the Bucks held Denver to 6 points in the second half. I mean, like defensively they figured out Denver. They figured out how to stop them, keep them from scoring. But like offensively, it's like it looked like one of those days where it was like you have no consistency. And someone mentioned when Mike Evans does not get involved, because I mean I think Pat Surtain's the best DB in the NFL. I think he is, hands down. I don't think anybody else is better, like pound for pound. When Mike Evans gets locked up like that, he has a tendency to check out of games. Didn't mention that. So again, I think, and a lot of the players they came away from it pissed off. But I think you're going to see possibly a more motivated team with a Philadelphia team that's, I don't even know if I want to call them a playoff team anymore. They've gradually gotten worse. I don't know how. I was surprised that they beat the Saints this weekend, to be honest.
The Eagles?
Yeah.
I can tell you why, but it's a whole another J rant.
Ace, say what you were going to say about the reference with Jaden
Daniels. With Jaden Daniels and Anthony Richardson. All right, so y'all saw this. So there's Jaden Daniels up here, and Anthony Richardson's all the way down here. He's not even on the screen at this point, and when they're compared to as a passer and as a runner. And I said this 2 years ago. I've been proven right so far, and I'm very happy for that. But also, if you want to think about the middle tier guy of that whole thing, there isn't really one. I mean, if Jaden Daniels is Nordstrom, I would say Josh Allen is probably like Louis Vuitton or one of them kind of store. You know, like the really bougie place. That's what that is. That's what Josh Allen is. But yeah, anyways, so Jaden Daniels had a 91% completion percentage against the Cincinnati Bengals. Goddamn.
Yeah.
I mean, sliced, diced, and did not miss a throw beside one to the back of the end zone on Terry McLaurin. Not the touchdown one, the one before that, where they had to get a field goal. Like, y'all know how hard it is to not punt for 2 games?
Yeah. That's
I mean, it's not even like they're doing like a Madden thing where you're on your own 30-yard line going for it on 4th down.
Yeah.
They're just not getting in situations where they have to punt, right?
Yep.
Compared to Caleb Williams, who's either turning the ball over or punting. Anyways.
Anyways.
Wow. Oh my god.
Cool. Oh yeah. So we have to talk about what, Saints Eagles now, or which one we guys want to do?
I mean, we can talk about the Saints and the Eagles. I was going to ask you, what do you make of Chauncey saying what he said after the game?
All right. So I have a policy. If you win, you can say whatever you want.
He called the Saints dirty. He said the Saints are a dirty franchise for what they did to Devontae Smith. And then, as you know, he consistently has.
Okay, now that was a ref's fault. The ref's supposed to blow the whistle to protect Devontae Smith, and they didn't. And if it was a DB hitting him from the same exact position and like speed that he hit Devontae Smith, he probably wouldn't have got concussed. The problem was it was a 300-pound lineman hitting him.
Ooh.
That's true too.
Ooh,
so all that got to play a factor in it. But now the other thing he said with you know what I'm talking about the quarterback.
Didn't he take a shot at Honey Badger saying that like they shouldn't have got?
Okay, no, that one. Okay, now. He said how your favorite player couldn't chase down a tight end or whatever on the Dallas Goedert play. Ooh. Except he forgets he got stiff-armed into oblivion by George Kittle when he was with the Saints, so he shouldn't be talking squat about anything of that nature. But, since he won, he could say certain things. So, like, the one where he said the Saints ain't contended because of the certain quarterback they have, now that is 100% true. In my honest opinion, that is 100% true. Because a man has not proven anything. He has not validated anything in the NFL when it comes to the playoffs to prove that he can be a quarterback for a contending team. Now, towards the game of why the Eagles beat the Saints, the Eagles should have blown them out. It's just Nick Sirianni did not know how to kick a field goal for his life and decided to keep going for it on fourth down.
Yeah. And
some fans on the Saints side will say, oh, we lost Eric McCoy on the third play, and our offense was terrible afterward. Did you see the LA Rams just go with 4 or 3 offensive linemen missing and just go beat the San Francisco 49ers?
Yeah, that's...
And Philadelphia Eagles lost the right tackle, right guard, wide receiver 2, and CB1 in that game. And they still figured out how to win a game. When the game was on the line, you let Saquon Barkley run free for a 60-yard touchdown. When the game was on the line, you ran man coverage against Jalen Hurts when he is a man coverage merchant. Man cannot play against zone coverage. You ran man coverage when the game counted. Number 3, game on the line. What does Derek Carr do? Throw a game-ending interception. Can't take the true nature out of Dennis Allen and Derek Carr. I'm just saying it how I see it so far. I don't want to see the excuse of, oh, we lost McCoy. Nah, man. I mean, if you lost your center, okay, I see it. Sometimes it could hurt you. It should not cripple your offense to 3 points until the last 1 minute of the game.
Goodness gracious. Now, I will say, it makes you feel a little bit better, that the Saints, were able to, expose certain things for the Eagles, and the Eagles come down here this weekend.
Saquon Barkley's going to run straight through y'all, just saying.
With that his newfound confidence, maybe. I think someone said they're going to have to actually run the ball. It's actually funny enough because I think there was a stat that came out. It was like, I think the Bucs haven't allowed a
especially if Vita Vea's out.
He actually is practicing this week.
What about Logan Hall?
He wasn't even on the injury report, I don't think. The one that's
anyway, if those two play the Saints week 5, I think the Saints and Bucs play each other, right? Week 5?
Yeah.
No. Was it week 5 or 6?
I think it's week 6.
5 or it's 5.
Because this is week 3. No, this 4. Is week 4.
Now, let me check.
It's week 4.
So week 5.
Give me a second. Let me check.
For Thursday Night Football.
It goes
week 6.
It's either.
You have to go Kansas City for Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Eric McCoy is out 6 to 8 weeks. Yeah. Grady Jarrett this week. Chris Jones next week. Vita Vea the week after. Zach Allen the week after that. Yeah, that's a bad recipe for success because I mean Cesar Ruiz look like a traffic.
Should be able to beat the Broncos though with Zach Allen. But again,
I saw Zach Allen was in the backfield against Pittsburgh like every other play. Is it Zach Allen or what's his name? Isn't it Zach Allen, right? The defensive tackle, the white guy. That dude was in the backfield every game, every play in that Pittsburgh game, and in the Bucs game, he was in the backfield every single play too. Just saying, that dude is pretty good.
Yeah, he's proven his worth.
And with Derek Carr, if you can get by his feet and get around the pocket and like collapse it down, that man turns into worse than Andy Dalton. And not in the good way, Andy Dalton. Like the Andy Dalton we know who he really is, not the one that plays the Raiders.
So rough on Andy Dalton, man. Golly.
Yeah, stop being rough on Dalton, man. Come on.
Right?
That hurts my feelings.
I know, Dalton. What's up with this guy being so rough on Daltons?
Yeah, what do you have against Dalton Kincaid? Or, I don't know. I'm trying to think of other Daltons, but
Dalton Schultz.
Dalton Kincaid, Dalton Schultz.
Oh yeah.
That's the only 2 Daltons I know. Outside of this one down here. This one right here, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, oh yeah. What was I gonna say? Chargers are screwed. You saw that they lost Rashawn Slater, Joe Walt, and Herbert to the Steelers game.
No,
that's rough.
A lot of guys got hurt this week. I was like, what the hell?
All I know is that Kyren Williams, I think that's his name, the running back.
Kyren
Williams. He put up some points for me though.
The Rams beat the Niners was hilarious. McVay owned Shanahan. It's so funny.
Yeah, then he rubbed him on the head and said, "Better luck next time."
Mm-hmm. That gotta be the most disrespectful thing I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, dude. So with that being said, let's get your guys' thoughts on this Thursday night game before we transition over. The Cowboys and the Giants in the Meadowlands.
Malik Neighbors about to eat.
Giants. Giants are winning by far.
Malik Neighbors is about to eat.
Giants. I mean, I
feel
like
CeeDee Lamb, but Dallas got some more issues, and they need to be aware of.
Both teams have issues, but
they need to be calling for a running back like yesterday. I don't know what's taking them so long. Rico Dowdle sucks. So does Ezekiel Elliott. They need a running back. They also need to go and start playing certain guys on defense for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Giants, surprisingly, it's been basically Daniel Jones snaps the ball. Where's Malik Neighbors? Gets him the ball there, and that's it. That's basically the entire Giants offense right now. And got him 2 wins, albeit Washington might actually not be that bad, honestly. And Cleveland, who I don't know how the hell Cleveland has a win this year because Jacksonville somehow lost. But Cleveland honestly sucks too, that offensive line. So yeah, Giants I think might actually win that game.
Oh yeah.
But it wouldn't shock me if Dallas still bounces back.
Fair. That's fair. Yeah, no, I think Dak and CD need to get on the same page because like CD was like kind of cussing out Dak on the sideline. So something's up there.
Well, they both got paid, so they're stuck together for a while.
Yeah, and then you realize, and this is something Peyton Manning mentioned on the Manning cast a couple weeks ago. Like, you can't be dropping balls and stuff in key moments of games. I forget which game that was. Oh no, it was the
Philly game.
Yeah.
Saquon dropped that stupid ball against Atlanta. Yeah, that was
like you need to show up for training camp.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was Brandon Ayuk.
Brandon Ayuk dropping balls. Yeah, that's basically it. And that is why Roman Wilson hasn't played yet for the Steelers because he missed all of training camp with the injury. And Pittsburgh needs him to get up to speed fast because that metric stat up with wide receiver separation to route success or something like that, right? Yeah, 3 of the Steelers wide receivers are in the bottom, like 10%, and that's category. And George Pickens is like the middle. So Pittsburgh 3-0 with Justin Fields. Yeah, they need some wide receiver help though. But with Dallas, CD will get it going. I'm not worried about that. The issue is Dak just hasn't played really good, more or less, and the defense sucks.
Yep. I agree.
I feel that.
Like Micah Parsons has been a no-show mostly this year. DeMarcus Lawrence been basically a no-show. The linebacker group, don't get me started. Yeah, I'm not getting into that again. Anyways, let's go through this week's games. What are the key games for the week?
So,
or we move on to college football.
So the key games for this weekend are as follows. We've got, hold on, let me bring it up. we've got the Saints and the Falcons in Atlanta.
Both banged up teams. Well, if the Saints lose that game, they're dropping the next 3.
So are we rocking with Atlanta, or we rocking with the Saints?
Taysom Hill's gonna be back, and he owns the Falcons, so I'll take the Saints. But if the Saints lose that game, I'm telling you right now, they're dropping the next 3 games after that.
So he's going with the Saints still. Mr. Sasser.
I'm gonna have to go with Saints too as well.
Yeah, Olave's been open all year, so it's just basically Carr getting him the ball is the issue.
Okay. You know,
the Falcons secondary sucks.
I'm gonna stick with the Saints as well too.
Oh, great! So Atlanta's winning. Yay! Sarcastically, not yay like in a good way.
The next one that's interesting, I guess, is we got the Eagles and the Bucks.
Give me the Eagles.
Give me the Bucks.
Yeah, I'm going Bucks too. I think you're gonna see a better effort from the Bucks. You should.
Oh wait, nah, dang, the Bucks on Jalen Hurts. Shit, give me the Bucks.
I feel like it'll be close. I feel like it'll be close.
I think Saquon will keep them close, but yeah, Jalen Hurts against the Bucks pass rush, yeah, that's gonna end terribly.
You gotta think too. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot that day.
That ain't gonna help. That's not gonna bother somebody from the SEC country, but yeah.
But I mean, I'm not talking about just him. I'm talking about like just Philly being down here after post.
Mike Evans is gonna cook that secondary. And Godwin. So yeah, Bucks.
That's what Bucks need to do. They should really start playing Mike Evans a little bit more. I mean,
I know you're praying for your boy.
No, Mike Evans was fine. Surtain is just the best corner in the league.
Yeah, Surtain's a dog. He's a dog. Let's see. Quietly interesting. Washington and Arizona.
Boy, every time Arizona's entering that Arkansas Pine Bluff territory where every time I pick them, they lose. So give me Washington in that game.
No, I'm going Washington. I mean, after that win, the win with
Monday night.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say that, and then Arizona's gonna win. But you know what? I have Marvin Harrison Jr. on a couple fantasy teams. I could use that if they win or lose. Don't matter to me.
So you're rocking with Arizona?
Nah, Washington. I feel like I got Jaden Daniels in a couple leagues too.
But I swear to God, Bengals don't win this week. They're down.
They're done.
They're done.
Yes, actually, Bengals and Panthers.
So I would almost.
If the Bengals lose this week, T. Higgins is getting traded at the deadline.
So
I want to say Bengals, but part of me also wants to say Panthers.
It's in Carolina.
It's in Carolina, yeah. And the spread shows
Bengals.
Carolina. The spread shows Carolina by 165.
I'm giving Cincinnati.
I'm gonna go Bengals too. Yeah, they need a rebound. If they can't rebound, that's like you said. It's over for them. It's over.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Bengals as well. I think the Bengals finally do it. They can't.
And the Jaguars. I mean, come on, you're going up against Texans.
Houston.
They can't win that.
Houston.
Yeah, I know. I said Texans.
Oh, my bad. Might be. You good.
Yeah,
I'm
for the Jacksonville Houston game, D'Amico got to be pissed, especially on how they got obliterated by Minnesota.
Yeah.
Oof. I don't know if Joe Mixon's playing in this game, but if it is still Cam Akers or Damian Pierce, I'm not sure which. Still give me Houston.
With the first pick of the 2025 NFL Draft, the Houston
Travis Hunter, you are
Jaguars will. Yeah, hey, a lot of people have been saying it. Travis Hunter might be a Jaguar.
Hey, I don't know about y'all, but Will Campbell to Miami is already set in stone, bro. Miami's cooked. We ain't even talk about that.
Miami is.
Bro, I'm telling y'all, if Tyler Huntley gets embarrassed this week, Miami needs to be on the phone for Zach Wilson. Like, like really fast. Or Russell Wilson, one of the two. Zach Wilson, Russell Wilson. I don't know which one it is, but one of them need to be in Miami.
I've honestly been saying I think Miami needs to consider a quarterback in this draft, regardless of what Tua decides to do. Jackson Dart, Quinn Ewers, Cam Ward, somebody.
I don't know, but taking one in the first round, but definitely in the second round.
So would you say Cam Ward would probably be there in the second?
Doubt it.
Shador.
The way he's playing, I think both of those two are going to be gone.
Jackson Dart,
I think
Shador.
Jackson Dart, most likely, I think could be one. When we get in college football, I'll talk about the quarterback issues more. But I don't think a quarterback, from what I've seen so far, given what's going on in Texas, I doubt there's going to be a quarterback taken in the top 5 this year.
I would agree with that.
Because I don't think Shador deserves to be a top 5 pick. But let's finish these NFL games before we go, or we want to do that at the end of the show.
We could do that at the end.
All right, cool. Let's get into that. Shipman Sanders, you, my friend, you look good as a pro, but yeah, I don't think you're deserving of a top 5 pick. Somebody might reach for you, but you shouldn't be a top 5 pick. Neither should Carson Beck or Quinn Ewers. And those are the top 3. Because when you look at it, right, you got Travis Hunter, Will Johnson, Will Campbell. There's another offensive lineman. I'm forgetting his name. And Tetaroa McMillan? How do you say that guy's first name? McMillan, the one from Arizona. He might sneak into the top 5 too.
McMillan.
Jalen McMillan's little brother.
Arizona. Tetter.
I can't say his name.
Tetaroa McMillan. I didn't know this was Jalen McMillan's brother.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is, or his cousin, or something like that. They're definitely related. I know that.
He's from Hawaii. He's 6'5". Oh, I've heard about this kid. Yeah.
He good. He probably wide receiver 1 off the board, and I think it might be in the top 5. He'll go before quarterback, I think. Maybe. It depends on who's picking in the top 5. Like let's say the top 5 is Jacksonville, Miami, Cincinnati. I doubt Denver will be in the top 5. Chicago.
Yeah,
Carolina might take a quarterback in the top 5.
Chicago, Carolina,
Tennessee might.
Jacksonville,
Miami.
Top 5. Miami, for sure.
Okay, yeah, this is what I mean, right? If a team at the top needs a QB will go early. But right now, as the NFL is currently sitting, the teams that would be in the top 5 don't need a quarterback.
Fair.
All right, let me see who are the actual. Before I say that, let me make sure I have the right conference. Yeah, Jacksonville is not taking a quarterback. Cincinnati wouldn't.
Right,
Tennessee might. I would say this. Tennessee might, but I don't know if they really would because they have some other issues they need to address. Miami would.
Yeah.
Who would Miami beat this year?
Miami beat the Jaguars.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, battle of that. Anyways, Miami wouldn't take a quarterback in the top 5 unless Tua definitively says he's not coming back.
Tua said he don't plan on going away.
Yeah, so I don't think Miami... I think Miami takes an offensive lineman before they take a quarterback in the top 5. Las Vegas might. I wouldn't be shocked if Las Vegas, but that's if they end up in the top 5. I think they might end up 6 or 7. They'll sneak a couple games. Washington wouldn't. New York might, but that depends how they've been looking.
I think New York would. The Giants would.
That's if they end up in the top 5, though.
True. I think they will. That experiment with Daniel Jones is done.
Daniel Jones hasn't been terrible the last 2 weeks. I think they might sneak a couple games that will keep them from ending up in whatchamacallit. Like the Giants, right? The Giants schedule, they're sneaking one. Well, Wilson and Raiders taking one. Yeah, Raiders, y'all taking one, but I don't know if y'all ending up in the top 5.
I could call
Giants
me
got
crazy.
the Panthers.
I can
Giants
see
gonna beat the
Carson back.
Panthers.
I can see Carson
Actually,
back.
never mind. All right, never mind, yo. I'm looking at the schedule. Giants taking a quarterback at number 4. That's schedule. They ain't winning.
I could definitely see Carson back in Las Vegas though.
Shedder's gonna end up in Vegas.
Or him. It'd be funny if like Jerry Jones traded up for Shedeur.
After paying Dak, oh my god.
That'd be so funny. Good God.
That'd be so stupid.
He's good for it. He's good for it. Like, you know what? I want him. The minute Dak starts playing bad, I'm gonna go get him. Or I'm gonna put him in. But yeah,
just sit on the bench like Michael Penix.
Yeah, exactly. But I would like to see Carson back in Las Vegas. I think that would be.
All right, we're off topic. Back to these games. Hurry up before we move on to college football. I mean, we're kind of talking about college football, but just finish out. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, as far as this weekend goes, the key games are.
My brain's.
No, not that one. As far as the key games go this weekend, it is right here on the screen, coming up right for you. So we got Oklahoma State.
Y'all's gonna get them.
They could get them. They could. But yeah, I'm looking at, Oklahoma State, Kansas State, 2 top 25 teams in the Big 12. 2 FCS games. You got North Dakota State and Illinois State, a battle of, I think, 2, 3, and 1 teams. Then you got Louisville traveling to South Bend against Notre Dame. You got a huge one in the Bounce House this weekend. Coach Prime comes back to Florida. Coach Prime has not lost a game in the state of Florida, sadly. But then you got the big game in Jerry's World this weekend between Arkansas and Texas A&M. You got Oklahoma and Auburn. Got State Fair Classic right there. And then, which Grambling looks good. I think I like Grambling to steal that one. You got Illinois and Penn State. Could be a scary game for Penn State if Penn State doesn't come ready to play. And then you got the battle of 2 Titans in Tuscaloosa Saturday night between Georgia and Alabama.
At Alabama, but I think Georgia's going to win that.
Ooh.
Yeah. Put the wow factor. I put the wow factor into some of these games. I'm gonna say Oklahoma, Grambling. Yeah, like you said, Penn State, Illinois. I feel like that's gonna be a interesting kind of like you don't want to watch it, but you might feel like you're like, ooh, actually, you know what? This game's pretty good. And honestly, Notre Dame, they're like the underdog team, man. I feel like they need to be a top 10 team again.
After losing to NIU, no, they don't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, win more games. Be better. I don't know.
I've given up on
All right.
I say, yeah, but like I said, Georgia, I think even the Auburn and Oklahoma State or Oklahoma. I'm going to say Oklahoma for that one for sure.
I'm with you. I say Oklahoma too.
Auburn sucks. All right. Oklahoma State winning that. North Dakota State winning that. Notre Dame better win. I'm going to make fun of them so much next week. Colorado is not winning that. I'm going to get UCF.
Oh.
Okay.
Texas A&M.
Colorado.
Actually, no, not Texas A&M. Give me them Hogs. Taking them Hogs.
Okay.
Oklahoma, Prairie View, Penn State.
Okay.
Give me a second. My brain thing on that one. And who's that Texas Tech playing? Cincinnati?
Cincinnati at Texas Tech. They're Big 12. They're Big 12.
Give me Cincinnati in that. I don't know who the hell won in that game. All right, back to this Georgia-Bama game.
Dude, that's gonna be golly. That's a battle of 2 Titans.
Yeah, give me Alabama.
So give you Alabama?
Yeah.
Got it.
Roy Williams gonna go off.
Got it. I mean, hey,
or Ryan Williams, not Roy Williams.
Yeah, no, Roy Williams. Roy could go off in Chapel Hill because Chapel Hill got just dismantled this past weekend by James Madison. You'd have thought they were playing basketball.
Oh my God, James Madison dropped a 70 piece on them. That was hilarious.
70-50. That is insane.
Woof.
Yeah, I saw those.
Woof.
2 like 70-point games. I was like, are you kidding me? Who was the other 2 teams that battled that was like its final score was like 50-70?
I think that was the only one. That was the only one I saw.
No, there was another.
One.
I'm pretty sure there was something else. Hold on.
Oh, well, I mean, you had Miami drop 50 on USF. It was 50-15.
That game, USF shot themselves in the foot in that first half, and they gave up in the second.
How right you are, because honestly,
they shot themselves in the foot. They should have beat Bama. They should have beat Miami. And Golesh might be a little overrated in my honest opinion, but I'll get cooked if I say that too often. So I ain't gonna say anything about that part. The wide receivers absolutely suck in Florida and USF. USF wide receivers are actually trash. They have no business being in a Power 5 team right now with those wide receivers. But they should be a Power 5 team soon. Alexi and Simmons were both hurt. I think if both of them play, USF probably beats both of those guys. But they didn't. Byron Brown looked amazing this week. His wide receivers just sucked, and his offensive line sucked, and his running backs suck. So
everyone around
his DBs were out. How do I say this? The DBs were not on the same talent level as Miami wide receivers in terms of speed.
Of course.
Miami speed was like track speed, right? While USF speed was like cross-country speed. Now, that's obvious, right? Now, how do I say this nicely? How the hell you let a kicker hit 2 50-yard field goals, right? And you don't put him in to kick the 30-yard, and you let the other guy kick it, and he shanks it.
Oh, yeah, because I heard Grammatica's son did pretty good.
Yeah, Grammatica, like, he hit 2 50-yard field goals, right? 2 really long field goals. And you would think, okay, we're just going to ride the kid the rest of the game. No, they ran John Cannon, got an extra point blocked, and then he missed the field goal. Mm. He should not see the field the rest of the season, in my honest opinion.
Now, all I'm going to say is this. I went back and looked at the highlights fully because I had to make a run to the airport that night.
Byron Brown didn't even play the third quarter, I don't think. He barely played the third quarter.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, he went out with like an ankle injury.
Yeah, he didn't just come back in. He'll play this week.
Yeah, I looked at that from start to finish as far as highlights goes. Miami just beat them.
Miami was struggling at the first. Like, the offense was fine, but that defense was getting gashed by USF, and USF just kept shooting themselves in the foot when it mattered.
Now, the thing that got me was
we'll get into that
in a second. The thing that got to me was Cam Ward pointed to where they were going with the ball.
And still went and did it, and they couldn't stop him.
That's old school Miami type stuff.
Cam Ward, I think, is going to do good in the NFL because he got the swagger necessary for it and the right mentality for it.
Oh, dude. Oh, 100%. 100%. I look at certain things. I think back to that video with like him and Shador going back and forth about like how to train and stuff, give or take. You know, Cam Ward was late, but it's like it's showing. It's showing right now, like who really was working on their craft. Give or take, both look good right now. We're gonna see what Shador's really made of this weekend. But I mean, hey, if I had to choose, if I'm an NFL GM, and if I had to choose right now, both of them on the board, I'm going Cam Ward.
Yeah.
It depends on what my offensive line looks like.
How ironic would it be if Cam Ward, because he's already at Miami, if he went to Miami Dolphins?
I would not be.
No, that would actually be Miami would upgrade. Just saying that.
Miami would upgrade big time. They would.
I would say that. Okay, I will say this though. If I was a GM and I had to pick between Cam Ward and Sanders, it would depend on who my wide receivers were and what my offensive line looks like.
Yeah.
Because if I need a guy who can run around and make something happen out of nothing and can step in a pocket and take a hit and also throw the ball on a dime, I would take Cam Ward. If I had a good offensive line and I just wanted to be precision all the way down the field kind of thing and just straight out dominate somebody, like I already have like an offensive line intact, I would take Chitter.
I agree with that.
Yeah, Shedder's body will break if he goes to a team with a bad offensive line because his body's already breaking in Colorado.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So, how do I say this? New York should take Cam Ward, while I would say like a Las Vegas should take Shedder.
I'd be so upset if I went to New York and I was Cam Ward.
Hey, you get Malik Neighbors. That's a win.
But I need more with me. I better get somebody else in here too. Like I need this
Keyshawn
draft class
Jenkins,
to be like,
you are a New York Giant.
yeah, you better go get him in like the second, and then get some diamonds in the rough at offensive line, or find the best offensive lineman possible in the third round. You need some weapons or some help. Something.
No, I saw Cam Ward. The offensive line from Miami kind of got. Well, how do I say this? They weren't getting abused, but they did have moments where they collapsed, and he was still able to stand in that pocket, take a hit, and throw a dot. Well, I don't think Shedder can do that consistently. So that's just how I would see it. No, if Tua came out and said he ain't coming back, or Miami thinks he shouldn't come back, then yeah, I'm taking Cam Ward at 3 or whatever pick Miami gets, because it is going to be top 5.
Yeah.
Unless they go and trade for Russell Wilson. And say we're not wasting a year Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle.
I'm done with Russell
and
Wilson.
Jalen Ramsey.
I'm done with Russell Wilson. I'm done. But you can bring up Ace's you could bring up Ashton's thing again.
Oh, the UNLV with the NIL fiasco.
Yeah.
No, where is it? Here it is.
The promised money that wasn't given. Yeah.
If somebody promising me money, I need to see that in writing because they're never gonna actually follow through with that.
Yeah, I need that check to clear before I even if for instance, I'll say this. If I showed up on anybody's college campus and like I signed and they promised me like $2 million to go out there and go play.
I need to see that check written already.
Exactly. I need to see that check, and then I need to be able to go to my bank and go make sure that check clears and the money's in my account before I go and put my helmet on and go out there to that practice field. Even before I sign a letter of intent, I need to.
Yeah, that point too, but also it's like I think it was something about like a requirement he had to hit or something to get the money. I don't know the exact detail on that. But if someone promising you money, I need to have that in writing. So I have a lawyer and they say they're not giving me that money, I can sue the living hell out of them for that.
Let's see here. Where's it at? Here we go. Because one of their running backs also too. Oh no, he said he won't. He said he just won't like accept the. Okay, that's something different. Okay, where's it at?
By the way, it was, while you're looking that up, it was last week that it was James Madison in North Carolina, 70-50.
That's what we're talking about. We saw that one. What was the second one?
I thought there was
here it is. So he's out for the season because this is from Pete.
He redshirted.
Yeah, he's sitting out the rest of the season after only receiving $3,000 worth of $100,000 in an NIL offer.
Oof, yeah. I'm transferring the minute I can. You bro, transfer.
Dude, you ain't gonna lowball me. You're gonna see a lot of these athletes, a lot of these college athletes start coming to the table and going on these visits with lawyers. That's what you're gonna start seeing. You're gonna start seeing, lawyers reading these contracts and reading over certain things. It ain't gonna be enough for the kid and the parents to go anymore. You're gonna start seeing lawyers. Because someone's gonna have to read this documentation. Okay, that's
normal.
I hate to say it like this, but that's actually more reasonable.
Yeah.
In this day and age, it's more reasonable. 5 years ago, it's like, what a chump. But this whole thing is just, I can't believe this. This is where we're at now. This is really where we're at now. Ugh. Goodness gracious. So, one final thing. So, let's see. Let's kind of go into it. Who has the upper hand here, the Dogs or the Tide?
Dogs. Dogs all the way.
Dogs got the upper hand, but I want to see a statement game here for Jalen Milroe.
So, according to ESPN...
And also, Alabama owned them last year.
According to ESPN, Georgia's favored by 2.5 points. But according to the ESPN analytics, ESPN is giving Alabama a 66% chance to win. Georgia has a 34% chance of pulling this off.
Georgia almost lost to Kentucky.
Now, to be fair, in Georgia's defense with that, they usually play Georgia. Kentucky and Missouri both usually play Georgia pretty tough.
Well, I'll take Alabama anyway.
It's okay. I'm taking Alabama too.
Dogs.
Well, you go ahead. You roll with the Dogs there, Dalton.
Yeah. You'll probably be right. That's how it always works. Generally, when you and me both pick a team, they generally lose.
Honestly, it's so much to factor in.
Actually, we need to pull up our previous win-loss ratios because I want to see that too.
Mine is terrible this year. I started off 6-0, and then I got every other one wrong after that. It's been terrible.
So I always follow up when you usually post it on somewhere.
He is? Ooh. If Milroe sneaks back into the first round, top 15, I'd be interested. That would be very interesting. I would say.
I definitely believe.
I think he could sneak it up, but he. How do I say it is? Them NFL scouts gonna view him like they viewed Lamar, and not like Jaden Daniels.
Bingo,
bro. Why am I so terrible at these things now? I'm so washed.
I mean, I went 9-1 last week. Now I went 6-4 this past week.
See, my issue with the picks are, I have the Noah picks, and then I have my F it picks, because I just want some fun, and the fun never happens.
It's so
I know the other team should win, and they end up winning, but I just want the other team to win for a change, and they just don't.
I mean, shout out to Chad. 9-1.
The more I see, the more I like Milroe.
Yeah, no, honestly, he's night and day compared to last year. He really is.
Ow.
Milroe, I think, is if Alabama would have had this year's Milroe last year, they would have won.
I'll say this: Milroe's success depends on where he ends up at the next level. I mean,
I agree with what you also just said there too. He definitely would have won last year.
Yeah, no, he's grown. Kalen DeBoer has
but I think it's going to be a very, very close battle.
Seattle,
it's really going to come down to
taking that man.
Wait, say it again.
Seattle better be drafting that man.
Hey. He would fit in Seattle. Yeah.
Nah, going from Kalen DeBoer to Ryan Grubb. You put that arm next to DK and JSN.
Wouldn't be bad. That would be
Seattle should took Penix last year, but they didn't go and get him. And we didn't even talk about Seattle in the NFL section. We'll talk about them in Hot Topics.
But yeah, so.
Anyways, Dogs are Tide. I'm taking the Tide. Milroe looks better. Ryan Williams looks like a menace about to come out. Have another welcome out party. Yeah, Bernard can't cover him. He's just a menace. And the defense is still the defense. As long as the corners remember how to run. And they generally do.
So, yeah, Ryan Williams, 285 yards this season on 10 receptions, 4 TDs.
28 per catch is insane.
Let's see. Jalen Milroe, 590 yards, 8 TDs. Carson Beck, 680 yards, 7 TDs. Oh, not identical, but almost in the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
So it shall be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing.
I zoned out.
It's gonna come down to the. It's gonna come down to the literally last play, last possession, who has the ball.
Yeah.
Field goal type scenario. I feel like that's how it's gonna play out.
It would be crazy if it ends up being one of those I don't know if y'all remember the Alabama LSU game where everyone's hyping it up, and then that game only had that game only had 5 field goals in it. It was strictly defense the whole night.
Yeah,
I doubt it. I mean, I would say it's like a 20-something% chance of that happening. I can see it happening, but it'll blow up in the fourth quarter because the defenses get tired.
Yeah, it's a different era.
I have a feeling both Milroe and Beck probably put up at least two touchdowns, let's say, in this game.
True.
I would get Milroe 1 touchdown running, 1 touchdown passing.
We're going
at the minimum.
Some more. And with that, I guess we can go to hot topics now. So let's go ahead and finish out these picks here for the NFL.
Real quick,
so we're going to keep this train rolling. So who are we going with, Broncos or Jets?
Jets. Nathaniel Hackett revenge game.
Fair.
Not in all seriousness, Brees Hall is going to eat that defense.
Fair.
I'm going to say Jets too.
Smart man. Let's see.
Broncos are going to win for that.
Vikings and Packers in Lambeau.
Ooh, Jordan West should be back in that game, but I'm still taking Minnesota.
Fair. He's thinking. He's thinking.
Yeah. I'm going to say Vikings too.
Let me guess.
He's back to me, dang it.
Does that mean Green Bay's winning?
I gotta see Jordan Love play with that knee, man. If he has mobility, it might be, but that Brian Flores defense is gonna give them hell. But I've been really liking how Matt LaFleur has been running the offense. But as of right now, I just don't see how you stop that Minnesota defense. And historically, Justin Jefferson owns the Packers, so give me Minnesota.
What? 6-5, the Florida and Tampa Bay Lightning game right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who scored.
Jesus.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a minute.
Steelers and Colts.
Steelers.
Oh, no.
Colts.
Nico Hochanen, welcome to the starting lineup. Connor Geeky, welcome to the NHL starting lineup. I've seen enough. We'll talk about that in 2 seconds. Hurry this up, man.
All right. Mr. Sasser, we taking
Steelers and Colts. Steelers.
Justin Fields going 4-0, boys.
I can see it. I'm with it. And it's such a black eye on the Bears. But it is what it is. Speaking of the Bears and Rams.
Bears and Rams.
Rams.
A game for Xavier Smith to go off in. I think that's what
Rams winning that game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Rams as well.
I'm hoping Xavier Smith gets a look. I'm hoping he does.
I think he would. Tyler Johnson hasn't shown anything towards starting over Xavier Smith or anybody else.
And now you see why Brady had him shipped out of Tampa. All right, Patriots and 49ers.
49ers. Patriots O-line is the worst in the NFL. Which is why Drake May is not starting this year.
Yeah.
Now, that's a team that could use Will Campbell too, but they need more interior help than tackles. They need to play Jalen Polk more, though, and not KJ Osborne, but that's a different conversation.
I'm assuming Mr. Sasher's going with the 49ers as well.
Yeah, I said 49ers.
Oh. Let's see, Browns and Raiders.
Funniest thing,
Browns.
Christian McCaffrey might be out for the rest of the year. I don't think McCaffrey's playing this year.
I say
what game is it? Browns what?
Browns Raiders. I say Browns.
I'm not ready to get off the Raiders hype train yet. I'm going with the Raiders.
Give me the Raiders in that game. The Browns O-line is the reason why Deshaun sucks.
No, Deshaun needs to get his head out of his you know what. But I would agree with that
too. Well, yeah. Well, Deshaun might get suspended again. You never know.
Probably. How many more suspensions till like they just kick him out of the league?
1 or 2, I think 1. The Browns can get out of his contract if he gets suspended again.
So Jameis Winston better start warming up here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, Chiefs and Chargers.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
Chiefs going 5-0 because of the refs, and the Saints are going to get obliterated. The refs have been carrying them though. Holy crap! It's not even close now. They're just not even hiding it.
I know, because I think I saw a clip where I think someone was holding and the ref wanted to pull out his flag and he just let it go.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope they don't.
Y'all need to hurry up and trade Devontae to the Steelers.
I'm actually happy
want to be there, and Antonio Pierce don't want him there.
Yeah, sadly that is true.
Especially because Antonio Pierce was saying how some guys made business decisions. Yeah. Devontae getting traded. Either to the Jets, Saints, or Steelers. And the way how the Saints are looking right now, it's going to be the Jets or the Steelers, and the Steelers need him more.
I think he would do well in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would. Let's see, Ravens and Bills in Buffalo. Sunday night.
Buffalo.
Yeah.
This is Josh Allen's MVP year. It's like, how do I say this? Y'all know how Tyreek Hill left Kansas City and Mahomes got better because he learned how to pass the ball to other guys?
Yes.
You're seeing this with Josh Allen now that Stephon Diggs is
gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And also, Haley Staples is way better influence on the Bills, and Taylor Swift is on the Chiefs. So different conversation though.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. We got a Monday night doubleheader this week. We got the Titans and the Dolphins down in Miami.
Titans.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Titans.
I agree. I would agree.
Come on, Titans. Get your first win, please.
Seahawks were good last week. That's a good thing.
Seahawks. We got Seahawks and we got Lions in Detroit.
That's Monday night. Well, Porter might be out. I'm thinking Seahawks in that game.
I'm thinking Lions.
I like what I've been seeing from Seattle. The defense looked good on run, and Witherspoon and Woolen is one of the top corner duos in the league. And then DK has just been getting behind everyone. DK is going to eat on that Detroit defense. That secondary is not that good. Carlton Davis, what do you expect? Terry and Arnold, I feel bad for the kid. The kid always gets picked on and gets pass interference calls on him because he doesn't know how to get his head around. But he'll learn eventually. But it ain't going to be this week. DK going to eat him alive.
It's growing pains, obviously. They had Carlton Davis ranked, I thought, as one of the best DBs against in coverage, I thought.
Marvin Harrison cooked his ass. It's just Marvin Harrison hasn't learned how to catch through contact yet. But he'll get there.
Yeah, no, he's
once Marvin times up his jumps to get contact catches, he'll be good. Malik Neighbors, though, at the moment looks way better than Marv does.
What's your thoughts?
But it really shows that Marvin is open. Is just Malik Neighbors can get the contested catches with crazy athleticism better than him right now.
What's your thoughts on Aiden Hutchinson then?
No, Aiden Hutchinson can be fine, but Charles Cross and Abe Lucas is probably one of the best
what happened to James Houston?
Tackle duos. James Houston's about to get some snaps because Derek Barnes might be out for a while with the pec injury.
So he found his way back on the field. Got it.
Maybe, I don't know. He hasn't seen much of the field, so who knows?
All right, so tell me about this Lightning game that's been taking place tonight. It's actually
all right. Well, they're gonna lose anyway. It's preseason, so who really cares? But I like what I've seen so far. Connor Geeky, an assist and a goal. He's the guy they got from the Sergachev trade. Yeah, he's gonna be on the opening night roster, I think, and he's gonna be taking Anthony Cirelli's job next year. But that's a different conversation people aren't ready to have. Especially with how Sergachev got traded last year or this offseason. I think if Cirelli doesn't have 60 goals, he's getting 60 points, not 60 goals. If he doesn't have at least 50 to 60 points, he's getting traded because he's not living up to that contract. JJ Moser might be good as a Sergachev replacement on the right side next to Hedman. That might be the best. How do I say this? Moser might be the best defensive partner Hedman's had that wasn't Sergachev.
Mhm.
So there's that. But otherwise, I do not want to see Connor Sherry on this team ever again. He shouldn't even make the team. He sucked last night. Who else is it? Cam Atkinson looks washed, but that's a different conversation. What else? Anything else that I'm missing? Well, there's always Kucherov, Gensel, and Point. That's gonna have like 100 points each.
Yeah.
But that second line, I want to see if they put Geeky on the wing and not center, and stick him on the second line next to Hagel and Cirelli and make it a shutdown line because he's pretty good two-way. But yeah, Geeky's definitely going to be on the opening night roster, I think.
Put Anisimov in like either in second or third line, I would say. Probably third. Isimov. Michael.
Oh, Esimov. Yeah, Michael Esimov. Yeah, he's going to be out to start the season, though.
Yeah.
So
but he's going to probably be on the third or fourth line. I don't think he'll sneak on the second line. His offensive production not warranted of that.
So looking at the odds right now, the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah, they're not winning the Stanley Cup. Forget that.
Oh yeah.
They're not winning. Dallas not winning.
They got Dallas with the
Dallas
third
is just cursed.
Right
Dallas is cursed, bro. Dallas ain't winning nothing. Whatever team Corey Perry on definitely ain't winning.
Or any team,
Edmonton.
any team that Corey Perry's on is cursed. They're just not making it. I mean, they are making it to the playoffs. Are they winning the Stanley Cup? No.
Yeah, so right now they got Edmonton as the top as the favorite, Florida second, Dallas, Colorado, and then the New Jersey Devils at 5.
New Jersey got to stay healthy for that.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
If New Jersey stays healthy and they get consistent goaltending, I could see it, but otherwise, yeah, that's not happening. Who's number 4? I wasn't paying attention.
Number 4 is the Colorado Avalanche.
That's not happening.
Number 3 is the Dallas Stars.
That's not happening.
Number 2 is Florida Panthers.
No, that's not happening. I'll tell you.
And then, of course, number 1 is Edmonton.
I mean, the best thing that like the New Jersey Devils has is literally Andre Palat, Jack Hughes, and
Nico Hischier, and Jesper Bratt.
All
right, hold on.
Tomas Tatar.
If anybody gonna win the Stanley Cup, honestly, it's gonna probably be either. Well, since I don't think the Rangers gonna win it.
I think they'll
New Jersey could win it. I think New Jersey could win it. The Lightning always a chance. I doubt it though.
Seen something.
I want to say Vegas.
Having odds.
I want to say either Vegas, maybe too.
Yeah, Vegas is up here. It's like the top 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have the 9th highest odds right now. The Vegas.
Okay.
That's actually not bad.
You got the Predators on here. You got the Kings, the Bruins, the Canucks.
Yeah, Predators too old. They ain't winning squat.
I would say they got our captain though.
But yeah, as I said,
that's more of a liability than an upgrade for them. But I ain't getting into that conversation.
I mean, honestly, if you look at that first line though for Nashville, I mean, they do have it's literally an all
Vancouver
line.
I think Vancouver can make noise too. But bro, it's high in time, bro. It's taking too long, bro. Anaheim got to win, bro. They got too much talent on that team not to make the playoffs at least.
And the Blackhawks.
Y'all wouldn't even know half the names I would say on Edmonton, but not Edmonton, Anaheim. Anaheim's got too much talent to waste up there.
No, Blackhawks.
Blackhawks
too have wasted so much talent.
Blackhawks can make noise. They got a lot of talent too.
Yeah, but they just
it depends on what
get wins. They can't get wins. Their goalie sucks. Their goaltending sucks.
Drew Comenso? I have no idea. It's a weird name that guy's got, but their goaltending is the biggest issue in Chicago right now, and defense.
They haven't been relevant since 2013, since they won the last Stanley Cup. 2015,
when they beat the Lightning.
Oh, yeah.
No, I thought it was 2013,
14. 15.
Oh.
Yeah.
If Ty Johnson didn't break his wrist, they would have won, but that's a different conversation. Anyways, yeah. If anybody's gonna win the Stanley Cup, it is definitely not gonna be Edmonton. I don't think they're gonna do it. They got too much money tied up right now. They're not winning anything. Not Florida. I want to say Florida won't go back to back because going back to back is so hard. And you saw with Colorado and Vegas, the bodies just wear out by the time March hits.
Yeah. I mean, they'll probably have like a good run here and there.
They'll have a good regular season, but the playoffs is going to be a different breed when they're all fatigued and worn out.
I could possibly see the Devils now at this point, looking at their roster.
The Devils, I think I could see in the Eastern Conference Finals if they stay healthy. Jack Hughes got to stay healthy, which he hasn't shown he could do.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, folks, that brings us to the end of this one tonight. As you know, no ace prediction this weekend and no pregame preview.
Actually, I was supposed you wouldn't have got an ace prediction from me anyway because I was going to be doing the Saturday show.
Oh yeah, that's true. He would have been. Yeah. So no prediction from me either. No pregame preview this weekend. As always, you know, if you're in the Panhandle, definitely stay safe, man. Hunker down because this time tomorrow's going to probably be pretty rough.
Y'all stay safe. You guys stay safe.
We're supposed. We got bands. We got like one of the outer bands hit like 3 o'clock. Yeah. But the worst stuff is supposed to be coming tomorrow morning, like 6 or something like that.
Yeah. Guess I can cancel my plan to go to the gym in the morning. Just be in the house.
I'm still getting over the cold, so I haven't even been there in a while.
Just do push-ups and sit-ups.
You're right.
Push-ups, sit-ups, and drink plenty of juice. That's how you become a Super Saiyan, guys. That's how you do it. Stay safe, stay blessed. Be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, subscribe. I don't know for fantasy if there's anything we need to talk about, so I'm gonna head off because fantasy team finally won, and this phone does not have my fantasy leagues on it, so I can't access it. So no fantasy talk tonight, guys.
You got 2 phones.
This is the old one. This is the burner. This is the old burner now.
You got one for the ladies and one for the plug.
All right, the other one got so.
I've said too much.
Yeah, we said too much. Anyway, be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, subscribe, helps out the channel, guys. Stay safe, stay blessed if you're in Tallahassee Panhandle area. Stay dry, keep safe. Also, yeah.
Good night.
Adios.